It's the Don't Be Stupid podcast.
Don't podcast.
What? What? Oh man.
Don't be stupid. Don't podcast.
This old nigga over here bloated like a motherfucker. He can't even sit down. He gonna make all kind of faces and unzipped his jacket.
He said, "Oh shit."
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Let me fucking
What's
take
up?
this jacket.
What's up with you?
Eric said, "He over there. Oh shit. Let me
Look at him.
let me take my jacket off."
That's Tone.
Carl Jr. is a motherfucker, boy.
Tone with the Carl Jr.'s. Where'd you get it, Carl Jr.'s?
The number one?
The superstar?
Yeah, medium size that motherfucker.
Man, nigga, you should have went with the small because you sitting all awkward and shit.
Yeah, man, you know, shit.
You got a fart?
Nah, I'm good, man.
You
Shit.
got a burp?
Hey, listen. The one thing you got to do sometimes is put some salt in your life.
Hey, does your
Make you feel alive.
I keep salt in my life, bro.
Make you feel alive.
I
and
gotta
shit.
take high
Some
blood
salt.
pressure medicine every day.
Look, I'm tired of eating salad all week.
Hey, does your farts still have like volume? Are they audible?
Damn.
Audible?
Sometimes shit.
So what is it with that? Why
I'd
is
rather it be audible because you never know them sounds.
so? Tell me something. Why
That'd
when
be
you
like,
why as you get older, it seems like me. I'm not even like when I got a fart. I'm not even when I was younger. I remember having a fart and be worried that it's gonna be loud. And now I ain't never worried about it. I just let them go like because I know they always like.
Yeah.
Why is that? Now I ain't got
no
older.
idea.
We don't give a fuck.
And I ain't never had. Don't try to say my muscles worn out because I ain't never had no. I ain't never had to use my ass muscles except for for shitting.
Hey man.
So why is that?
Listen, when there's a certain age where all that filter goes away. You speak your mind and your ass.
But why? Well, why?
Oh, so yeah, and yeah.
Why don't he never? I can every once in a while I can push it out and make it.
Damn.
When I'm playing around with at the house and
Man.
stuff, and I want the kids, I want the wife to hear. But
You want them to hear?
oh yeah, I be fucking with them all the time.
See,
I be acting like it wasn't me. I was just sitting there, like who's that?
man.
I do that shit all the time. Yeah, they be like, you nasty. I'm like,
You ever been around your grandparents?
nah, man, I ain't never heard my grandparents poot.
Man, them motherfuckers don't care. My grandma just let it out.
That's
boy.
just nasty.
That motherfucker
She
said,
ain't. She
I
don't
never
give
heard
a
my grandparents poop.
Fuck, grandbaby don't. I don't care what you hear. She just gonna be walking by and just bop 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 bop.
Nigga, that's your nasty grandma.
That's
That's
all
your
right.
nasty ass grandmama, nigga, pooting in front of folks.
She
Talking about
don't
pull my
care.
finger. Why Tony's grandmama sitting over the top, pull my finger. Pull my finger.
She don't care.
That's
shit
what
right
Tony.
there.
That's what Tony's nasty ass shit.
Man,
That's why he's
Shit,
sitting
I don't
over there
know.
now, about to poot on everybody.
That motherfucker said,
you about to hear my grandma right now.
oh shit.
Okay, so we the Don't Be Stupid podcast. We here.
What up? What up?
Kevy Kev, our
Don't say it.
executive producer, the board op, the knock his drink over every week, nigga.
Nigga, that was Tony last week though.
No.
Tony didn't knock his drink over
What was
last
that?
week.
That
No,
loud ass
no.
noise Tony did last week.
Look at you. You always all
Oh, I
over
dropped
it.
my phone.
What other, hey, what show was you on where Tony knocked his drink over? That nigga doing the other shows.
Nah, I'm just saying, it was a loud ass noise by Tony.
You doing another podcast up in
He
here
doing
on the
another
low.
podcast and shit. Ain't telling nobody.
Mm-hmm.
With another Tony.
Yeah.
And another Eric.
So this is I know we a little late. We had some personal stuff to take care of earlier this week. So we here a couple of days couple days later, but we still can speak on the Super Bowl. Super Bowl was Sunday.
Shit.
What y'all think about the Super
Yeah,
Bowl?
buddy.
First of all, let's talk to the winner.
Let's
Let's talk to the winner of the Super
yeah.
Bowl.
The extraordinary pick. Reno, Vegas, call them out before they even hit the damn stop rolling and
TSPN,
shit.
Tony,
Listen,
listen.
Tony Sports.
Don't make me regret I didn't do that shit.
Tony,
Nigga, you wouldn't want no
Tony
money.
Sports, man.
Everybody knew everybody had the fucking
They all had the Patriots, yeah.
Point
so it couldn't be
spread,
good.
something.
It wasn't nothing. It wasn't nothing.
I did.
going
I
on
did.
with
If
that.
you would've did under
I
20.
did give him a 5 though. Point lead a little bit, but I ain't get it.
That shit was horrible. Go ahead, Tom.
So you did watch, Tom? Oh, you told me you watched. You caught the end of it, right?
End of the third, and then I listened to the rest.
Oh, that's right. That nigga. So that nigga, check it out. I asked him if he saw the game. So he caught the end of the third, and then he cut out. That nigga left. When I say end of the third, not third to the end of the third,
Yeah,
and then he left.
it was like
Damn.
I think
The-
when I put it on, it was like 3-0.
Man.
Yeah,
And then that nigga hit the streets in the beginning of the fourth
I was
and listened to it on the radio.
I was watching Bumblebee.
That's right.
Man, that's just
I told you what I was gonna do, right?
Bumblebee, though. Did you watch Bumblebee?
Yeah,
Was it good? I heard it was good.
I watched
pretty
it.
good. It was pretty good.
You thought it was good?
Uh,
I heard it was good.
Pretty good.
it's all right. It's all right.
It's a prequel, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
all the other movies.
Yeah, it was before they come out.
Here we go again.
Go
Whole
ahead.
new other topic.
Oh,
Let's go back.
Super Bowl,
Let's
Super
go
Bowl,
back.
Super Bowl. So, Kat, what'd you think about Super Bowl?
I'm not into low scoring games, man. When I want to see a Super Bowl, I want some damn action. Some people into defense. I ain't into that shit. Fuck that. Put some points on the goddamn table. You know what I'm saying? That shit was boring, dog. I mean, for us knowing the Patriots were gonna win, I want to see some. I want to see the Rams put it down. But
Yeah,
that
but you
shit-
know what? The thing is like everybody says that shit until you actually playing in the game. You be like, shit, I can't wait till this motherfucker over.
Hell yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, hurry up, shit. Somebody score a touchdown. Let's get this shit over with.
I want to go to Disneyland. Shit.
That shit was. I mean, Tom Brady, man. I don't even know it was. It's not even his game the way it was played. It was like, it was so defensive minded. Then he go down there and they do that good drive. But other than that, I mean, that one drive is really what separated the whole damn game. To be honest with you, so I thought it was kind of whack. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I ain't gonna say it. I'm not gonna say that I didn't like the game. I mean, it was something to watch. What made it exciting a little bit for me anyway was that the mistakes. Tom Brady first pass, those are interception. It's not like it was. What I'm saying, yeah, of course we got some 3-and-outs. But what I'm saying is that you had a little bit of excitement there. You had the interceptions. You kept expecting Brady to do something big, and they was getting in his ass. They was after him. You know what I mean? And for once, it seemed like the refs weren't protecting him like they usually do. So I thought it wasn't the most exciting because it was a defensive game up until the end, but at the same time, the defense was a little exciting as far as the Rams defense when they went up against Brady. But that last drive, like you say, that was Brady. That's
Yeah.
what Brady do.
And I think,
And
I think it was you that said he ain't gonna make a mistake after he get a lead. So you knew that.
oh,
shit
that's
was
right. We
over.
watched the game together. I
Yeah.
forgot you was there.
Yeah, I came after the.
You forgot he was
I forgot the name.
No,
was
because
there.
I didn't come till after the
You got there at
third
the
had
end.
just started when I got there after halftime.
But yeah, it's that's what Brady does. And I told Kev, I was like, if you sitting there and you hanging around like that, if it comes down to Brady having to march the field, that's what he's going to do to win the game. He's the same way Aaron Rodgers is, you know, with us and the Cowboys. It's like we hang in there, and when it comes to the end, when it's time for Aaron Rodgers to march the field and score, he does it every time to us. There's no stopping that. So if that's what it was going to come down to, yeah, you shit out of luck. Because if that's what you betting, that's what you hoping that doesn't happen, it's going to happen. So
Yeah, it's motherfuckers like that. I think you got to have a 2 touchdown lead, two 2-score lead at least. I mean, it ain't got to be touchdowns, but it better be a touchdown or something. Because if not, Brady, Rodgers, them motherfuckers is coming back. That's just what they do.
What y'all think about the Super Bowl halftime? Did you watch? Oh, you didn't even see the Super Bowl.
Yes, I
halftime,
did. I
huh?
had a chance to come home and watch it. I watched it next night. I watched the commercials.
You watched it the
And
next
I watched,
day.
I watched some of the commercials, and then I watched the halftime show. And
Wait. You watched it the next day?
the next day,
Did you do that for podcast reasons, or you just wanted to see it?
I wanted to see if the show was any good because you had said it was kind of. I mean, let me tell you.
What did I
tell you
say? What did I say?
I asked you, was it something that was good, and you was like, it wasn't all that. So it
Well,
wasn't like memorable. And so,
that's exactly how I feel. It wasn't.
yeah.
I don't feel like it was memorable.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like everybody's shitting on it. I don't feel like
You
it was
said
as
bad.
bad as it
Yeah.
was.
You said it wasn't memorable.
I mean, if you're a Maroon 5 fan,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
what do
that
you
was a place for you.
what do you expect Maroon 5 to do? They gonna come out with with break dances and all that shit. They gonna come out and play their music, and that's what they did. I felt like I would have liked to see Big Boy,
Uh-huh.
a little longer.
Yeah.
I
If
was
they could
surprised he
Waste
he
of
showed-
time, it seemed like that part.
I was kind of surprised he did.
That was short,
time.
man.
You surprised he did it?
Yeah, because the whole hoopla.
Nah, but it's Atlanta. Do you know how they could have did that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That
They
was
could've.
the
How they
big
shoulda did
controversy that there should have been more Atlanta artists since there was in Atlanta.
Not if they was only gonna play for 20 seconds. Shit.
Well,
should have
that's what
been
he's
more.
saying. It should have been more. If I wouldn't have been mad if it was only 20 seconds. If it was 15 different Atlanta artists, because there's a whole bunch of different artists. So if you'd
Right.
have
A lot of
15
artists
seconds
from
with
Atlanta.
each one of
Fuck.
them, that would have been fat.
Yeah, it was
I
Big
don't
Boy.
know.
That's it.
Yeah, he came out.
Wait a minute, it's a halftime show, so you can't do too much. So
But
this
you-
thing, if you have Big Boy, Usher, what's my man's name? The dude that was on the Pepsi commercials,
Lil Jon.
Lil Jon.
Yeah.
Fuck, who else?
Ludacris.
T.I. ain't gonna do it, but yeah, Ludacris. Fuck.
Why would
Where's
T.I. do it?
because T.I. is totally against the NFL right now. He's the one that was talking out on him the whole time.
Oh,
What about is what's her name? Is she Atlanta?
who, the Brad?
They
Who?
could have Monica.
No.
Monica?
Sierra.
Sierra?
What's her name?
Yeah.
I don't know. And Sierra, she would have did it because her husband's in her dad.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Missy Elliott. Is she
Missy
Atlanta?
Elliott? No, she from
Oh, I
No,
forget
she
her.
ain't.
name. She from
She-
Philly or
she-
something.
from VA.
Virginia.
Yeah, VA.
Yeah.
But I'm saying you get all them
There's
Atlanta.
a lot.
You get all them Atlanta, and then
A lot.
and then at the end, instead of that caddy that comes out like it does,
Mhm.
instead of having Big Boy in it, you got Big Boy and Andre 3000 sitting in the back. Man, that would
I
have been.
think I can.
So you have
Stank
20,
only.
like you say, you have 20 seconds of each one of the performances. Pop, 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 pop. They all coming out. You like, damn, because they got hell of them.
Although I wouldn't mind watching, Outkast.
I wanted to see
That'd
Outkast.
That'd have been sick.
Yeah.
And then Outkast comes out there and performs.
Shit.
They would have probably did the one they did. That's
that's not Outkast.
That's Sleepy Brown and Outkast.
That's not Outkast.
Sleepy.
That's
Brown.
Big Boy's side. That album
Sleepy
came out.
Brown?
Remember, there was
But it was two different albums.
two different sides, and
Yeah.
that was Big Boy's song.
Oh,
What's that other group? Goody Mob.
Goody
or some
Mob,
shit?
yeah.
Oh, Goody Mob would have been nice to come out too,
You know, CeeLo Green and all that. Yeah.
but yeah, that's on Big Boy's side,
On
bro.
the Big Boy side.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's his song.
That'd have been a perfect time. Just do both of them come out, man. That'd have been crazy. Atlanta
Anyway.
would have been nuts.
Shit. But yeah, but anyway, it was what it was, and Travis Scott, I guess, was, as far as effects side go, I kind of liked the way the meteor came in. It was kind of nice, but performance wise, I didn't care too much for it. Kind of was, I'm an old guy, so I'm watching and I know the song, so I'm waiting for Drake to jump out somewhere, and that nigga never jumped out, and I was disappointed.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, the Super Bowl, it was that show, it's not memorable like you said. I just didn't see anything. But like, I guess I would have to be a Maroon 5 fan, and like you said, that probably would have
I'm
definitely.
I'm a light Maroon 5 fan.
Yeah.
I like it. I like their stuff.
I
But
knew a lot of songs they were singing. Like I was singing some of the lyrics, but it didn't. Let's say, how can you say? It didn't grab me to say I want to go back and watch it again. There's some
I
Super
got
Bowl
it.
shows I watched.
He
them
took
a few
his
times
shirt
already.
off. He had the California tattoo, like the
Yeah,
Red
yeah.
Hot Chili Pepper dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I got it. It was cool. What's the most memorable Super Bowl show, halftime show y'all can think of? What do y'all think the most memorable halftime show is? Is
Janet.
So I was about to say 'cause that's mine too. The most memorable.
Janet's probably you're right.
Is it? But is that the same
'Cause
as the
it-
best?
Because Justin Timberlake? Because that little deal? You think that was it?
Is that the best?
No.
Is that the same
somebody
question?
big did a halftime show, and I can't remember.
A whole bunch of Prince did it. Michael did it. A whole bunch of people did it.
I think
Madonna
it's
did it.
Prince's
But
show was
those
clean.
are so long ago. I can't even.
Yeah, I liked Prince's show. That was a good one.
I didn't. I thought it was cool, but I just
Somebody
Oh, you know
else
what?
did
I'm getting it mixed up. You know what? The Prince one was good.
There was a rock band that did it too. Was it Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Red Hot Chili Peppers and done it.
I think it was them. They
and
were
like
hecka
what was
good.
it Aerosmith or somebody or
Yeah,
one of them big
yeah.
ones. There's been a bunch of folks
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, it's like.
But what do you think is What do you think is the best show?
I still stuck with the Prince one. I mean, that was for me.
What about you, Tom?
I think I still. Well, didn't they do it? Didn't Justin do another one by himself?
Yeah, Justin Timberlake did a nice
Yeah.
one.
He
It
did
was
a
good.
nice one. Justin's was
That
nice.
one.
Justin's
that
one of
wasn't
my
that bad.
favorites. Justin Timberlake's one of my favorites. But I gotta say that for safe bet, if I had to have a safe bet, I gotta go with that old light skinned nigga. What's his name?
John Legend.
John Legend did the Super Bowl show.
Who
Nigga.
the fuck would like it?
I'm
There's
talking
a
about.
lot of us.
I'm talking about dude that did it. Like he did it twice in the last 4 years. What's my man's name? You went to go see him in concert.
Oh, Bruno.
Yeah, Bruno Mars.
Oh.
As far as entertainment part goes, he is good.
You might as well.
Tony, he your cousin because he's like Hawaiian. He is not black.
He ain't what?
No,
Yeah, he is.
he's Filipino.
Filipino
and
stuff, but
Puerto
he ain't
Rican.
black.
Who said he was black?
You said, what's the light skinned nigga's name? I was like,
Yeah, light-skinned.
If I said when did light skinned nigga become black? I can
was
say
like-
that about Mexican dudes. I can say that
I
about
was like, who?
Puerto
light-skinned.
Ricans. Like, he a light skinned nigga.
Oh, okay.
I didn't say he was
I-
black. I
I
said he
didn't
was
know
a
that.
light skinned
I was
nigga.
like, you got me on that one. I was like,
Filipino and Puerto Rican.
If you told me to explain Tony, I say
You
he a
got
light
color.
skinned nigga. He ain't black.
Like, I am this year.
Oh, you are this year.
Come on,
2019, dog. 2019.
2019. Yes, I am
Anyway,
here.
yeah. So I mean, he's probably the safest bet. But yeah, I think
Bruno,
either Justin Timberlake or I like Justin Timberlake's. Justin Timberlake, he just
He's
bad.
He's perfect. He's
It's
perfect
just
for
something
Super
about-
Bowl.
To me, it's just something amazing about watching a white boy sing. And when I mean, but really sing, not white boy sing,
And
but
dance.
yeah. And I was about to say, you stepped on my thing. I was gonna say,
My bad.
I was gonna say, and then after once you get used to all that, get past all that, then the motherfucking dances like, I mean, the motherfucker can dance, and it's almost people look at you crazy when they say if you say who's better dancer, Usher or Timberlake. I'm going with Timberlake just because I like Timberlake shit better.
Yes,
I just
like
like
Usher better.
Timberlake shit better.
I like a lot of Usher music. I like a lot of Timberlake music though. Justin got some cold ass shit. He is one
when
I
we
want
talk
to see.
when we talk
I
about
want to see him in
dancing, though,
concert.
I just like the way Timberlake
Yeah, I
dance.
like Justin Timberlake too. That motherfucker be getting it.
Usher, see, the thing about Timberlake is before he put out that Country in the Woods album or whatever that
Oh
was,
boy, that was rough.
Timberlake never, once he switched over,
Mhm.
once he left in sync,
Mhm.
he ain't never let me down.
Those albums be clean. Yeah.
Usher lets me down.
What Usher album let you down?
I don't,
This last one,
the only Usher album I like is the one with
Timberlake, right?
With Confessions and all that?
Confessions. That's the only one I really like. The other one's got a song on them I like. Got a song here and there that I like. I don't like Usher albums.
Damn. Yeah, I guess. I like the.
And I don't like that nigga's hairline. Why is it down by his eyebrows?
Who's-
Usher's. That nigga's hairline is right here. Here's my stuff right there. Him and that nigga that sing with what's the name of that damn singing group?
That nigga's stupid.
There's a lot.
Well, what's the name of that damn singing group? Who sing married? Just let's get married.
Oh,
it might not
one,
be that.
not
Jagged
112.
I don't think it's
Not
Jagged
112?
Edge though. There's
Jagged
another.
Edge. It is Jagged Edge.
There's another
112.
group that got. It ain't 112. It's another group. The
Okay,
dude
not
got his
112?
hairline way down here.
If it's not 112,
Silk.
it's not Silk. It's not.
No. It's,
Jagged
it's
Edge.
right there with Jagged Edge in that area, in that era.
That's
Silk ain't in that
Blackstreet.
era.
Who else is in that era? All of them.
Don't start naming folks. Forget it.
Intro.
It'll come to me. If it ain't Jagged Edge, it's it'll come to me. But yeah, I don't like his hairline too low, and he got herpes.
I thought he was talking Cisco or something.
When they got herpes in 1 minute, I don't like that.
Allegedly.
Everybody know you got herpes. Just say it.
Allegedly.
I mean, he can make herpes cool.
Michael Vick.
Nobody
didn't.
can make it.
Usher can make herpes cool, man. If he just came out like, yeah, I got herpes,
That's
man,
not
and I
a
live with
trendsetter.
it.
R.
And I
Kelly
live
ain't
with it.
admitted it.
And you ain't trending that.
You could say, look, I got it, and we deal with it. And I got girlfriends. I got this. I just don't, I you can show how he does it, and then we all can say, you know what, you can live with herpes. It's cool.
You can live with it.
Yeah, that's
I
what they
don't
say.
want it.
I'm just
They
saying,
ain't trying
he
to
can
grab
make
that
it.
motherfucker and
He
take it
can
with him.
change the way people look at herpes.
Nope.
People are ignorant though, Eric. So that's not always the case. They look at him like, I don't want him to perform. I don't want him to do this.
Because he
I
got
don't want-
herpes.
Maybe I don't know. I mean,
That sounds like some shit you
Man,
do.
people don't care.
fuck no.
That's some shit you do.
Nah.
Yeah, you don't want to be hating folks because they gay.
No.
Oh, they got herpes.
I got nothing to get. Stop saying that shit. People gonna come up in the.
All you gotta do is go to. All you gotta do is go to the episode 1, 2, 3, whatever them was back earlier. They can hear you. They can hear it for themselves.
No, all they gonna hear is on me talk about me. That's all they gonna hear about.
That's who we talking about right now. Is you?
They talk about that me that I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to be all wrapped up in
Why are
it.
you so nervous every time we get to
Fuck
talking about
you, man.
homosexuality?
I'm not nervous though. That shit don't bother me no way.
You seem a little nervous, nigga. You seem a
No,
little
I
nervous.
don't. No, I don't seem nervous.
Take it personal. That's Jermaine Jackson.
Nigga, that's a nervous laugh right now.
Okay, nigga.
Shit,
No,
that's-
it ain't.
Anyway,
No, it ain't.
Push
so
on, push
Super
on,
Bowl,
push
so,
on.
Yeah, Super Bowl was what it was. We threw with it. It wasn't great. wasn't bad. It just was blah. It was just.
I'm
it
tired
was-
of
it
the
was
fake.
Low ratings.
I would have rather seen Kansas City in the
Yeah,
round.
I would damn sure would.
Anyway, what's next?
Push on. And a quick hit on the man, 21 Savage. Just gotta ask you a
You
couple
gotta tell me
questions.
all about him. 'Cause I don't know shit about 21 Savage.
All right, 21.
Didn't he used to date the old girl though? The
Who was
slut
her?
walk girl?
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah, Amber Rose.
Yeah, he was with her
Oh,
for
I
a
didn't know
minute.
that. Damn, Amber Rose. She was with a couple of them other dudes, right?
But I know he was with Amber Rose.
All right, so supposedly in
I don't know who
2000,
she is, but I know she fine. I don't know what she does and stuff,
she got
but
a
I
whole
know
lot.
she bad. She bad.
Yeah,
The model.
she a model. She was a model. I don't know what she does now. She
I
does
know she does that slut rock. That slut walk
a few other things. But supposedly in
Slut
2005,
route.
He
Slut-
came
the slut route.
into-
the slut walk.
came
Why
into
is
the
it so
United
hard to say
States
slut walk?
on a visa that expired in
Wait,
2006.
wait. Don't change it up some.
What do you mean change it?
I mean, I don't know the cat, but when the way you're saying it, you're making it sound like he grown. He came to America and he was
a
12.
kid. Yeah, he was a kid.
I mean, but you said you
He's
left
only
up.
fucking 20.
But what I'm
20.
saying,
So if he came here in 2005, you know that's a long ass time ago.
okay, I'm just saying the way you just said it was he said that he came here on a visa. It makes it sound like you didn't say the part about he was younger and all that shit.
No, I didn't say anything.
It makes
about
it
him being
sound
young.
like he came here like as old.
I'm going to say it the way you would prefer me to say it.
That
As
nigga
a
was
kid,
12.
in 2005, I don't know how old he was, but as a kid, he came to the United States on a visa that
So
expired
he was on- so
in
they-
2006.
So they do give kids visas too.
Yes, they do.
Visas
Yeah.
too.
Yes.
Oh, okay, I thought
If you're gonna stay here,
I thought you just hooked up with your parents or whatever.
So he was living here on an expired visa. He is from Atlanta. He's from the United Kingdom, but he lived in Atlanta his whole life. So he doesn't really know anything
Well,
but
he
Atlanta.
lived since 12 his whole
Yeah.
life. Yeah.
12.
So 12, another
So-
12 years.
So I don't know what happened. For some reason, ICE goes over there and says, you on an expired visa, you got to go. And they arrest him. Now, the question I have for you, I mean, if you come here as a kid and you've been living with no problems, no issues. I mean, I know he has some later. I know he has some later. I'm just saying because I know he has some issues.
Mm-hmm.
And he becomes a productive part of society, which I don't think he is. I'm just asking in this situation if he was productive part of society, right? Should he have to go through the drama of going all back through it all again, or could he be able to get his stuff expedited and be able to get a visa? That's what I'm asking.
I want to hear your answer first.
Tone?
No, yours.
I asked the question. so you
I
get
know, but I
mine.
want to hear because you have a tendency to roll over.
I'm not about to roll over. I know what I'm
I know.
thinking.
So what is it that you're thinking then?
No, go ahead and answer the question. I asked you the motherfucking question. Answer the question. I can tell you already my answer ain't about to change.
All right, go ahead, Tone.
Okay.
I mean,
It was me.
I told Tone to hold up because I wanted to hear your answer.
Oh.
But go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, motherfucker. Go. Hey, this is the wrong administration for you to let your shit lapse. Because Trump ain't trying to hear none of that shit. He trying to get all you motherfuckers out of here. I don't give a fuck. You a rapper. I don't give a. And he does not care. And not to mention they made a big deal about it. Yeah, I get it. You're a rapper, whatever. I get it. But there's thousands of y'all that need to go through the process of getting a visa. You let that shit lapse? Nah, bruh. You're going to have to go through the process. You're going to have to go through the process like everybody else is that's not a high-profile rapper.
And that's what I'm asking. I believe that since he is a high-profile rapper, and he does have the money, and he does have things going for him, I know he's done some bad shit. They should be able to expedite this shit.
Y'all keep
have
saying
him go
he's
out
done
the
some
country.
bad shit. What is the bad shit he's done?
He's been arrested a couple of times.
For what? We know this for a fact. Are you
That's
just
what they
saying
say.
it?
That's what they say.
Who's they? I mean, I'm
all
saying-
the news reports say that he.
So you read he's been arrested a couple
Yeah,
times?
yeah, that he's been arrested a couple of times.
Okay.
I don't know him. I don't know him like that. Tone, what you hear?
Personally, for what I know is you're not supposed to get in trouble at all on a
Yeah.
visa.
That's what I heard too.
Even if you're waiting on paperwork, anything like that. You ain't supposed to get in trouble, not one bit. That's just going to make things a whole lot more difficult and a whole lot longer, and they could just deport your ass out of here. Now, I don't know if he has a kid here. I don't know if he has anything. That could help. But other than that, and like I said, this administration, they don't try to get him the fuck up out of here until he does all his paperwork all over again.
But you don't think he should be able to have it expedited? And I mean, if they're gonna say yes or no, I mean,
Yeah, but you know how fucked up that is.
They got
why
his
should
money.
you? Why should you? Why should you, as a person that has money and all this, why should they expedite your shit faster than anybody else that's been waiting on that shit? That's the shit I don't like. You know, that money is good, but at the same time, I mean, I disagree. If he gets that shit expedited and fast and all that, like because he had money right there and then.
Why are we even speaking on expediting? Is that an option?
because they talking about getting him out of the country, they talking about sending him out.
So send them out. My thing is, okay, check it out. So as far as taking it back to the beginning, him getting in trouble, I mean, him getting deported, took back to wherever he came from. I mean, we all said the same thing. I just feel like, you know, you're a rapper. I'm not trying to take away from the job of rapping, but I mean, I just don't believe that your job keeps you from taking care of responsibilities more than anybody else's job. If you were, you know, if you were a mailman, you would have made sure that all your paperwork and shits is where it's supposed to be. And as a rapper, you know, you you still should be able to. I mean, I don't know what he does and shit. I don't know none of his music, but how do you not have your paperwork in line in order so you can stay in the country that you're in, so you can keep doing what you do? So I don't have no sympathy for not having your shit up to date.
Okay,
That's
so-
your fault. That's and you have enough money to have people to hire people to take care of that kind of stuff. I mean, they make sure your registration's paid on your car. They make sure certain bills are paid. They make sure your fucking visas is eligible. You make sure that's the kind of stuff that people that because these are the same people that you see on Instagram, stunting on how much money they spend on this. I'm not saying he does this, but I'm saying like the average rapper in his whatever suit, Gucci suit with his whatever Versace flip flops and everything that they fronting. They showing you what they got, but these are the same people who in turn can't make sure the shit's right. I'm not saying all of them, but in his case.
Right.
We've seen him posted up with all these different girls and stuff. From what's her name from we was talking
Amber
about
Rose.
earlier, from Amber Rose to whoever he's with now. It's like you're taking care of stuff. I mean, you're taking care of certain things. You're making sure it's getting out there, but you're not taking care of what you should be taking care of. So I have no sympathy for that part. Take care of it. Now the part about expediting, to get it through, I feel like Tony. Why the fuck should you get that option when, for what? So you can stay in America and make a fucking rap song?
Where you can go
What-
to any
what is that?
studio.
What is that good? You can do that shit in Canada, wherever you from.
Okay, so this is
He's from the UK.
Okay,
Yeah,
from
yeah.
the UK. So you can go to the UK and
Alright.
make an album.
Right.
Why does he have to be in the United States for that?
I
But
think it kind of comes back to your point, though. You said he came in here as a kid. Right now, your kid, do you think they're wise enough to go and take care of getting a visa? and
You
all
know
that
what?
stuff?
You know what?
I-
If
I-
you,
I'm
yeah,
saying,
yes,
He
yes,
came in as a kid, so
yes.
He,
As a 26-year-old,
You know
whatever he is, you know if you're here on a visa, if you're here and your visa's expired, there's no way in the world, first of all, that you think going back, being sent back is not a option. You know that might happen.
he did
You know
apply for
that
it.
might happen. And then on top of that, this is the part you might not know, but most people should know, is that what Tony said, with this legislation, with these people in office, and the way they talk about if you ain't turned on a TV and seen them, people trying to get in, we got damn near concentration camps damn near
Yeah, no
with
doubt.
people in them right now. If you don't see that shit, if you're blind to that, then that's nobody's fault but your fucking own. Especially when when you can relate to it because you're here on visa.
Well, he tried in 2017, it says right here, to get in on a U visa. I guess that's when you try to get completely in. He filed for it. But they didn't bother him until recently. They just basically went and got him. And that's probably because, like you said, the new administration and all
Well,
that.
I don't
but
get
he
it.
does have a felony. He does have a felony drug conviction, though. So that's going to throw him out anyway.
Look, man, all I'm saying is that if I just feel like we're not gonna give him a victim, because I just feel like he's in a better place than a lot of these people are.
For sure.
And if anything, if anybody's gonna make it work for him, if anybody's gonna make is gonna have some type of I'm gonna say hookups, but have the I don't know, favoritism and make it work for them, it's gonna be somebody in a position like him who has money,
Oh yeah.
who has this
he's got
stuff.
the advantage.
So if on top of all that, he's still in trouble and can't make it work, and yet you see people who have way less, who some of them aren't making it work and they struggling, but there's a lot of people who's doing what they're supposed to do, and are here on visa and working and doing what and on top of that, like you saying, staying out of trouble,
Yeah.
and they're able to do it. You know, it would be a lot different if we don't see this nigga on Instagram, you know, flossing, basically living
Be a
his
lot
life.
different if he wasn't paying his
Right,
taxes
so-
and motherfucker taking his money.
Oh, they're gonna take his
That's what I'm
taxes.
saying. They get that
You-
money. That's
you-
what
yeah,
my
you
thing
working
is.
in
You
America.
taking his money,
Yeah.
motherfucker. You might as well be.
Nah, hey,
Where do
listen.
you get that from?
Eric, he's paying taxes.
So he should pay taxes. Americans buy his music.
That's right. That's what I'm saying.
So-
You willing?
Hang on,
wait a minute,
Ken,
hold on, hold on,
let
hold
him
on.
talk. Let him talk.
You willing to take immigrants, and no matter where they're from, have them over here working, tax them like Americans.
Whoa,
right?
whoa.
Tax them
You
like-
got this. You got this
tax them
all
like America.
fucked up, Tone. I mean, Kev.
No, tax them like Americans. Take what you want, and then when they try to get in, say they can't. Now he might be a
Okay,
bad
so-
example.
so-
he might be a bad example.
So
because of the drug-
no, don't
what's
use
the
him
name?
as an example.
But
Then
if you think of other
don't use
people
him as
that
an
work,
example. First of all, he's not over here in America working.
what's he
He's
doing?
over here. No, he's over here in America rapping.
That's not a job.
Fuck no, it ain't a job. Just sit
you
on a
s-
fucking mic and smoke weed all night and drink perp and all during the day and fuck supermodels. How the fuck is that a job?
Well, shit, you just
You're trying to
named
make it
half of the
sound. Hang on.
entertainment industry.
You're trying to make it sound like he's a victim.
That's 90% of the entertainment industry.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So if you come over here, first of all, he didn't come over here to do that. But if he's over here,
You're fucking 12.
so
you
if
said,
he's
right?
over here and he's rapping and making money and doing everything over here, then he's supposed to be paying taxes.
Yeah, I agree.
He's supposed to be paying taxes. And if he don't keep his paperwork up to stay here, then he's supposed to go back. Now, he can do everything that he does here over there.
Yeah.
The only negative about it is he ain't living in America. So you're basically saying, and this is what makes me mad, you're basically saying because he's a star, because he's making money doing stuff, let's kiss his ass
Nope.
and let me
not
finish.
saying that.
Let's kiss his ass and let him stay over here. What I'm saying is, why the fuck should we what we need to be doing is putting a priority on the fucking ditch digger, on the fucking on all the cherry pickers, the orange growers, all
Them
them
too.
motherfuckers who's really working
Yep.
to stay in the country. Those are the people we should be upset about, not some fucking rapper who's on Instagram with
I'm upset about
supermodels.
them too, E. You got it twisted.
No, it ain't. It ain't two. It ain't two. Don't never
It is
twist
two.
it.
It
No,
is
let
two.
me finish.
You not
never
listening, 'cause
ever.
It is two. If a motherfucker gonna give you a job
Kevin,
and have you working
Kevin,
for them, they should make sure your ass is legal.
Don't-
If you not gonna make sure they legal, don't take they shit
Okay, so
and then turn around
this
and
is
act
where
like,
we
oh, I'm just fucking you over. That's just too bad.
This is
now."
where we disagree
Fuck
at.
that
This is where
shit.
we disagree at. Because don't ever, never put somebody like 21 Savage in the same boat with these motherfuckers that's over here picking fruit, that's cleaning coattails, that's doing this real work.
Do you
Hang on, let me
do you think
finish.
Entertainers ain't
To
went through
finish,
hard times.
no, I don't think a 26-year-old 21 Savage knows what it's like to be in a fucking field picking for 20 cent
He don't
20
have
cent of
to.
fucking fruit. What do you mean he don't have to?
He don't have to.
through.
Just because he didn't pick cotton don't mean his ass ain't went through hard times growing up.
I'm not saying that.
Whoa.
I said don't put them in the same boat. Don't ever, never put them in the same boat as them cats.
He's got a
21
way better advantage.
21.
than
First of
How
all,
do you
27.
know? We don't
What-
know nothing about that man. How
We do.
know what
We
he
know.
did
We do.
growing up as a
Okay.
kid?
Okay. We know this. We know he's 26 years old.
Okay.
We know he's been famous for at least 5 years.
Okay.
Okay, so that means he was 21. He came in the country at 12. So we know that if he had a hard time, it was a good year or two because he ain't old enough to be going through anything. These guys that you're talking about picking fruit, these guys that you're talking about cleaning these hotel rooms, some of these people are 50 years old who've been doing this shit since they came into the country at 15. Wasn't even old enough to fucking work. They've been cleaning rooms, picking
Yeah.
fruit to get their kids through school, to get their kids through college. They're paying rent. They're doing. They're some of
And
them.
they're getting fucked over too.
You
Those
know what,
people-
Kev? If you can't pull yourself out for a second,
Eric, I'm pulling
Kevin,
myself
Kevin,
up.
let me
I
finish.
see 'em.
Let me
I got
fin-
motherfuckers that work like that.
If you're not gonna let me finish, don't. No, it's not hurry me
No,
up on it.
no. Get closer to the mic, motherfucker.
Yeah, close
If you're not gonna let me finish, so what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that a entertainer or an artist can't have hard times. What I'm saying is, don't ever compare a 21 Savage like nigga or a Kodak Black or anybody something like that, because that's why I put them in the same boat as these people who are working for their life. They working for their life, bruh. This is they sending money back home to feed families. They're not dishing out millions that they made and figuring out who they're gonna pay. They're not on Instagram with supermodels and drinking shit. So don't compare the two. It's nowhere
all,
near the same.
First of all, you came up with the comparison of the two. I just feel like
No, you
you did. You came up with a comparison. I just feel like if you're gonna give white privilege so where you can have money from another, if you can be a white dude coming to the United States and pay your way in, you might as well be able to be
Okay,
a black
Kev,
dude.
you switching.
and
You're
pay your
moving
way
the
in.
goal, but
So I said
we're not
because
talking. No,
because he's over here. He's an entertainer.
Kevin,
he should be able to expedite his shit like other motherfuckers have been able to
that's not
expedite
what I
his shit.
said. That's not how this went down.
No,
what
you
I said.
asked me.
What I said was that if I said the reason why we brought these people, the reason why we brought the other immigrants up is because I said that if those people can somehow figure out how to keep their paperwork right and stuff, then he should be able to do the same thing with all the extras that he has. And then I said that, and then we got into it because I said that when you start talking about taxes, and he pays his taxes, and we want to take his taxes, we want to do that and that, and then we want to kick him out the country. That's not what's going on. He should pay taxes because he makes money off Americans and living in America, buying all American, just living like he's an American. So he should pay taxes. But remember, don't never get it fucked up. And I know Tony will agree with me on this. Living in America is a privilege. As fucked up as it is, it's a privilege.
It is.
And you don't do what you're supposed to do to live in America, then you don't get to live here no more. So you know what the rules. Hang on, Kev. You know what the rules are when you come to America. And I'm not trying to go up on fucked up shit that like a Trump shit that he's talking about. I'm talking about simple shit. Like,
most of those people, those immigrants, do not have visas.
that's not who I'm talking about. And don't say most of them because you're wrong. Most of them do have visas. We talk about
the field workers that you're talking about.
Kev, we talk about the ones who don't. They never talk the same way they do black people. They talk about the black people who are stupid. They talk about the black people who are ignorant, the ones that go out there and do stupid shit. They don't talk about the ones who are graduating, that are going on to college, that are going on to do their things. That's the same way they do immigrants. They don't talk about the successful stories. They talk about the ones that are not successful. So they're doing them the same way they do us. So what I'm trying to say is that, fuck, I was just at my point when you threw in that shit. What I was trying to get to is, Kev, that the comparison of a 21 Savage who's a millionaire who makes millions living here in America, the only negative for him being deported would be his convenience. His convenience not to be able to be around the people he like hanging around with. The convenience of him not being able to live in a certain neighborhood, or maybe he bought a house or something like that. The convenience of not having his cars, or the convenience of not having the girls that that he's already has relationships with, and stuff like that. The negative for these people that's working every day in these fields and these hotels And I keep using them too because we live in California, which is a big part of our California immigrant population working these places. These people, you take away from them, all of a sudden you got people not eating. You got families not getting their money, not just the one that's working, but the one they're sending money back home to. It affects in a whole different way. So when I go back to what I originally said, then we can end it. The comparison is not a comparison. You cannot compare the two. If we want to talk about 21 Savage as 21 Savage and entertainers, and he's getting deported compared to other entertainers, other millionaires, other people like that, then that's one thing. But if we want to talk about immigrants and their fight, 21 Savage is not on that fight at all.
We didn't even. The conversation was about 21 Savage. Like I said, you brought up the immigrants. You brought up people, him not living like those people or not dealing with their heads. And I still say the same thing. If you're gonna do it for other people, and this,
if you're gonna do what?
Make sure that they're allowed to be in this country, knowing their visas are expired. They're not here. They're running on borrowed time. I mean, the only negative I have to say about it, he has a felony conviction. So he obviously, I'm saying, yeah, he shouldn't be able to do it because I don't know all the details of him. But reading it, you find out he's got a felony conviction. Okay, that throws you out the water. You know the rules. If you can't fucking do it, you can't do it. My whole gripe with the whole thing was, if he put in something in 2017, and now you know he's trying to get his paperwork, you should be able to expedite that and get his paperwork in, because you know he's over here working legally. He's over here working, paying his taxes, doing all the things he's supposed to do to be in this country, and he's filed his paperwork now. Even though he was whatever he was in whatever year, he was here illegally. At this point, you might as well take care of it. You might as well work with the man. Even if you got to kick him out for 6 months, 7 months, and let him get all his stuff together, you should work with the man.
Well, first of all,
he's already a
go ahead,
person
Tom. Go ahead.
working.
I'm sorry.
He's already a person working in America and making business for other people. I'm pretty sure there's other people depending on him. It might not be poor people like you're saying, but there's other people depending on him. He's got 3 kids depending on him to do his job, and he could do that anywhere. But you still want your daddy around. You still want your people around. And you know, it's not how hard it is. I don't know if you guys are not in the music business or never been in the music business, but if you're not around the people that you make music with, it's hard. If you're not around that circle of people who make your shit, it is hard to be an entertainer by himself.
Listen. Listen, let an immigrant talk.
Try doing a podcast in your part at that house, and let's do the rest over here.
Okay, before you, I know you about to speak, but before you say that, I guarantee you that if you're as big as 21 Savage is, it gets done. So what I'm saying is, if you're a certain level entertainer, it don't matter where the fuck you go, it's gonna get done. They make albums all over the fucking world all the time. Cats leave America to go make albums over in Paris, over in wherever. They do it all the fucking time. And as far as you saying it's hard when you don't have your people around you, okay, it's hard. Poor you. It still don't compare. You don't got your friends around you. So what happens? What do you got to do? You got to fly them out to you because you got money. You're on a label. You got people who pay for all that shit. It's like it's no comparison. I just don't get what you're fighting for the artists, and I understand the artists have their struggles, but I just don't understand how that compares to what the immigrants. Throw that shit. Don't never.
You put them there.
No,
but
then you said, but then I put him there because I just compared the two, saying that if they can do it, then he can do it. But then you tried to justify what he was doing. Then you even said
it's a job. He's doing it legal. You keep acting like it's nothing to have a job. Truthfully,
he's not. Truthfully, he's not doing it legal because he's illegal. So he's doing it illegal, and on top of that, he's not staying out of trouble. Which, if he was legal, he still would be illegal because he can't stay out of trouble. So either way, he's not doing it right.
Now,
in that sense, you're right.
Now the thing is that just to give him the benefit of the doubt,
Coming from an immigrant now.
Coming from an immigrant now.
We should have been went to the immigrant.
The thing is that if I get it, if he turned one in and it took too long. Now, depending
But it
on-
was late when he turned it in.
Exactly. Now, depending on the charges he has, that delays that paperwork. That delays your paperwork. Now, mind you, if he's like everybody else that gets a visa expired, you got to go. You got to go.
Especially,
anybody else.
especially now.
And that's not even that's just average Joe that's here and it's working and paying his taxes and doing all that. But if you let your shit lapse, you got
gotta
to
go.
go. He's got the money and the resources to say, I need to somebody. He's got a lawyer. I need to have this taken care of. Let's do this. Let me sign the papers. Let's get this done. You're
it
doing
wasn't.
in 20
It wasn't a priority of him.
It
of
must
his.
not.
You know.
Right. And the thing is like, I don't feel bad for him because he's like a rapper, like everybody else is a rapper coming up, right?
Mhm.
There's a physicist, there is a doctor that's
Exactly.
probably got a cure for cancer that I want here. I want that
can't get
person
here.
to come here. That
Who can't get here because he's holding a visa.
Yeah, because somebody, the process of getting a visa to come to the United States
They're
to
taking their
practice
time up.
is already hard. They probably waiting on a year or two, 3 maybe.
And
And it-
go ahead. I'm sorry.
But the thing is, it takes forever for me to feel bad about some rapper that can go to any studio, anywhere.
Anywhere in the world, and
and you know
people
what?
will come to him.
Right. And you know what? And the bad part about it is you're right. He probably needs his folks with him. But the thing is, if your folks got a charge on them and they want a passport to go to
They
UK,
can't go nowhere.
you can't go there.
Yep.
But that's their fault. But that's so we don't reward people who don't live right, bro.
You know what it is?
No,
you
I'm
can't
not saying that.
you can't go to Canada with a DUI in your record. That's
So-
a DUI. Imagine the UK. UK, you got a drug charge, a felony. Now, mind you, he's born there, so they have to let him in.
Yeah, they his.
But his boys?
he's theirs.
His boys that got charges, they ain't never gonna see the UK. They ain't gonna hear no hello. They ain't hear none of that shit. No teas and crumpets. They ain't doing shit. You better FaceTime that motherfucker.
And I guess with Tony's able to speak on it because he's got family outside the country, and I guess the reason why I'm a little bit emotional about it, even though my wife's family, they deal with visas, they deal with all that stuff, and that's what makes me. When you said that he's trying and he's doing this, that's what makes me feel like he ain't. Because they be on top of their shit. When it comes to them staying in America, believe me, they all know that they can be sent back. And that's the thing that they don't want to be. So they stay on top of that. And for somebody like him who has every access, that he could have, to not be on top of his shit, it's just unexcusable. It's inexcusable, and on top of that, to be years behind.
Right.
It's just crazy to me because I've witnessed my own family being on top of this shit, and
Drake ain't letting his shit lapse.
they on top of their shit. If Drake's shit expires, believe me, there's a lot of people getting fired. Somebody getting fired
Yeah.
because he's got the people in the right places. So he just probably figured, like a lot of people who get in position, figured that he untouchable, that they won't fuck with him.
I don't think he thought he was untouchable. He filed his papers in 2017.
But he filed them late, bro. When did it expire?
Oh, man. It's late.
When did it expire?
2006.
So he filed it 7 years later, 6 years.
That's
Come
longer
on,
than
bro.
that. That's longer than that.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So he signed it, 11 years later?
Yeah, but he was a kid. So, like I
So
said,
do you pay your registration 11 years late?
I'm just saying, he was a kid. He
But
was 12.
no, see,
He
you
was 12.
that's bullshit.
He was 12 when it expired, right? So he's 12 when it expired. By the time he was 18, he should have been getting his shit straight by himself. He couldn't do it.
Do
by
you
his
pay
parents.
your registration
I
11
don't,
years
I don't
later?
know how long.
Not 11
visas,
years late, but I damn sure pay that motherfucker late
I
sometimes.
don't
You
know.
pay your registration late?
Yeah, I don't know how long
Sometimes.
visas
I
are.
try not to.
To be honest with you, I don't know how long visas are.
Yeah.
How long do
So-
you how long do you expect your phone to stay on after you don't pay it?
Oh, I'm giving
week?
about 2 pay periods.
So
before they
so
shut that
say
shit
5
down.
years later you come on like,
And they
hey
give you a notice.
man, why you cut my shit off?
Yeah,
They be like, you 5 years late.
No.
It's
Okay.
like,
I
damn.
just-
you're
Wait,
still
You
works.
had
Hey, but
you
you
had
gotta
all
think-
these years
hold
to
on,
get
hold
your
on,
shit
hold on,
straight.
hey,
Hang on.
hold on,
Hang on.
hold on,
Hang on. Let me
hold on.
finish saying what I'm saying. I'm in the middle of a sentence. You had all these years to get your shit straight, and now we sending you back home. Now there's a problem. How many years? So how many years all together?
Shit, about 11.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
That's a lot of fucking time.
Yeah,
though.
but I mean, he's in the spotlight right now about it. But the thing is like there's a lot of people that they got him the fuck out of here. They got Shine the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I remember that.
Slick Rick the fuck out of here.
Remember that?
Shit, who else is there?
I think Mos Def was kicked out too, wasn't he? One of them motherfuckers like that.
Who the fuck
They didn't
is-
want to let him back. One of them dudes they didn't want to let come back in the country
where
because
the
he
fuck
was
Mos
like,
Def from?
I don't know where most different.
he's one of them
A lot of
motherfuckers.
niggas from like New Jersey or somewhere.
Nah. I think Mos Def was the one who filed paperwork to be a legal citizen in Africa, and then when he went over there, he tried to come back. I look it up. He tried to come back, and it was like, hell no, you ain't coming back, motherfucker. You put your shit over there. Now you stay your ass there.
Well, we don't feel bad for that motherfucker. So
Well,
get your shit together.
I do understand where Eric's coming from when it comes to other citizens that are working hard out there with their paperwork being legal. I do that. He makes a valid point about that. But I also feel like if you paying taxes, motherfucker, there should be something that we should be doing with you. We should know beforehand that
I just don't agree with you because I feel like if you're paying taxes, that means you're making money.
yeah.
And if you're living in America making American money, then you're supposed to pay taxes just like everybody else in America.
That's what I'm saying. But if you paying taxes,
So what- I don't understand
you paying
that- so
taxes,
that's
paying
where it
taxes,
is,
They have you
period.
legally. They have you documented. They know you were there because you paying taxes. They should be like, you need to get your paper. Your
So-
paperwork
so,
has
but
to be
what
in
I'm
order.
saying- so
For
what
you
I'm
to work
saying-
here, your paperwork has to be in order.
So what I'm saying is, if all that money that you made and stuff, it's all good until they catch up, and then they get your ass. And if your paperwork, because see the problem I don't understand. We're supposed to be ending this, is that if your shit's right, then you don't have to worry about it.
Right.
Everything's good. The same thing, and that's the same lesson for everything in life. If your shit's right, you don't worry about it. When flashing lights come up behind my car, it's time to pull over. I don't worry about it.
Shit,
I pull over
I pull
because
over too.
because my Kevin, I'm not trying to be dramatic about it. I'm not trying to be funny about it. A lot of people want to put a lot on it, but as I go through life right now, when I get pulled over, I don't worry about it because all my shit's in where it's supposed to be. And my experience with police has been good. We know police officers. We all know police officers. We know people who deal with police officers. Dawson, we know all of them. That night that we was at the Hennessy and stuff, the Hennessy and cognac night, whatever the fuck that was, cognac and cigar night.
Yeah.
Those were all policemen. So it's like I'm not gonna sit there and try to play up. I got to worry about when I get pulled over because that's not. I understand people who do, but I don't have to worry about that. There's certain things.
That's good.
So what I'm saying because my shit's in order, I don't worry about it. Same way I take on my job every day. If they want to come out, and Tony will tell you, if they want to come out and check on me, see if I'm doing my job right, see what I'm supposed to be doing right, come on out. Because I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Right.
And that's what I feel like the same way with this guy. Okay, you paid taxes. I understand what you're saying. He made money, so we know that you're in the country because we're taking your taxes, right? It's all said and that's all good. But when they catch up with you and realize that you're not an American citizen and you've been knowing it for umpteen years, what do you expect them to fuck to do? So you got one. To me, I figure you got one out of two choices. You either can get the fuck out of here, go back where you came from, which fucked up to say something like a white person. Go back where you came from, or
Stupid.
you deal with the consequences. And from what I'm hearing about Kev, what Kev is saying about the taxes, if I want to be an ass about it, then well, you know what? Since we took your taxes and stuff, I'll tell you what we do. We give you back the money you paid
Nope,
in
I want
taxes.
you to give back the money.
No. We're going to give you back your tax money. And now when we give you back that, I want all the money that you made in America back because you ain't supposed to be here. Now take your ass back to Africa.
Or UK.
Or you could start the process once you say we're gonna
But
hire
why?
you.
Why do I have to do something special for your ass when there's
No,
like
the
Tony
process-
said, there's doctors and stuff waiting to get up in here.
And
You
wouldn't
fucked
that
up.
be great if we gonna let that doctor come over here? We start the process saying you're on a probationary period for X amount of years to make
No,
sure
no,
that you're
no,
gonna
No,
do this,
because
blah,
if
blah,
that's
blah.
the
know
case,
that.
And then-
if that's
and
the
then-
case,
and
if that's
then
the case, then that's why
filing happens. Then
on
you're
that
able to become a
same
U.S.
note, then that's why
citizen.
21 Savage should be sent back because he fucked up.
Right. Because immigration is not going to send you a notice.
I'm not going to give you chance after chance after chance that you don't give to everybody else. If that would have been average Joe, if that would have been Kevin the mailman, and he got the same charge 21 Savage got, that fucker would have been shipped back quicker than quick, and nobody would have never discussed it.
That's true.
His shit just
So
happened
why
at the
does
wrong
he-
time.
I'm giving you a lot of credit about the other thing first. The first thing is that if you feel comfortable when the police pull you over, the world has definitely changed a lot for you. Because I'm legal with shit. I'm legal as a board of health. I ain't never been to jail, never been nothing, never had no incidents.
And you really,
I do not feel
you're
comfortable
really scared when the police pull
me
you over.
I
You've
do
been,
not feel
you know what,
comfortable.
Kevin? You've been in the car with me when we
And
got
what did I
pulled
tell
over.
you when you got pulled over?
Oh yeah, you did get nervous because I got out the car.
What I told you.
Okay,
What are you
okay,
doing?
but real quick,
Shit.
real quick, just to show you that we both telling the truth. I got pulled over, right? And to show you that Kev telling the truth, because he said, "What the fuck you doing?" I got out of the car.
Oh, yeah. You said that story.
Yeah, I got out of the car and walked. And to show you that I'm telling the truth, that's how comfortable I felt. I felt comfortable enough to get out the car and walk towards them. But at the same time, like I say, I haven't had a bad experience with the police. I've had asshole cops give me tickets,
Right.
you know,
deal with
that I
the
felt like they could have not gave me a ticket. But at the same time, as far as, you know, just that racism kind of stuff, I just haven't experienced that with cops. I mean, he might have pulled me over because I was black. He might have gave me a ticket because I was black. I don't know. But as far as the crazy, the getting scared for my life and stuff, I haven't been in that situation yet. I say yet because it could happen, knock on wood.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't.
But you just said it never happened to you before and you're still scared of it.
An incident I had when
Okay,
I first
that's
bought
enough from you.
my
Anyway, so
my
Kev-
Mercedes. I'm gonna tell it now. You asked me to talk about living up here in Sac. I
Yeah.
first bought my Mercedes.
Yeah.
I'm pulling down the street and a cop pulled up next to me. He's like, nice.
It was a she.
It was a he.
It was a she.
It was
You told me
fucking
the
he.
story already.
No, I told you it was a he too. It was a he. He pulled me. He pulled up to next to me, and he's looking at me. Kept looking at me. Kept looking at me. Then he did the roll down the windows thing like that.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "Nice car." I was like, "Thank you. Is it yours?" I'm like, "Yeah."
That was dramatic.
Then he kind of gave me that look, right, Tony? He looked at me. He goes, "Well, I hope you can keep it." And I just looked at this motherfucker, Tone. I'm looking at him crazy as shit, right? I got a good job. I'm feeling like, what the fuck have I done?
you know what?
Just said me too.
And then he said something off the wall in relations. I don't even remember what the exact words was like. It gave me that feeling like, nigga, I'll pull you over right here and take your shit. That's the kind of feeling.
Okay, first of all, that last part is
swear.
you assuming.
I know.
That's you just said you
kind of
felt.
feeling I
That's
had.
how you feel.
He
But what
said-
I'm
I just
saying
looked
is,
at him like,
as fucked
oh,
up as
shit.
that is, at what point did you feel like your life was threatened? That's what I'm trying to say. At
Because I'm
what
feeling
point
like
you're
I
scared?
pull up and I let that motherfucker drive off. I sat there for like another few
But what I'm
seconds.
saying is, what
I'm
part are you
feeling like-
scared though?
I'm feeling like, Eric, if I pull up and go first, any dark street that's up there, he just gonna pull me over. And I'm gonna pull over because I'm feeling like, shit, the cop pull you over, you gotta pull over, right? I'm gonna pull over knowing he about to fuck with me.
But that's your story. That's your story to
Man.
justify being scared of cop. I just don't get it. That to me, that's a fucked up
It's a
situation.
racist ass
That's a
people.
racist ass cop.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't feel like your life was ever in
Not in that
was ever
situation. I'm just
threatened.
telling you about a racist situation here.
But you, I mean,
I'm
but you
just
used
comparing
that one
facts.
as the example. If you had one that was more life threatening, you would have used it. That would have been the one that popped up first. So
Shit.
I'm just saying.
I've been on the ground a few times with the guns.
Yeah,
pointed at me.
I've been on.
But
But you
that's-
know what? I've been on the
that's-
ground. I've been on the ground too, and I've been sitting on the curb
Yeah,
while
all
they
that
check
shit.
my. But the difference was, I was in places I shouldn't have been. I
Well,
was
let me
actually,
ask you a
even though I
question.
was
Did you
innocent,
live there?
even though I was innocent, I was in areas hanging out with people that I shouldn't have been hanging out with.
Did you live in that neighborhood?
I lived in the neighborhood.
And there's those people, the people that are in your environment. They
Yes.
there. So where else are you supposed to be?
Okay. I'm not supposed to be hanging out in the front of 29th Street where all the drug dealers are, where all the Crips are, where everything, and the police and told us many times before not to hang out in front of there. So that's where I was. And when they came, we knew exactly why they were coming. It wasn't a shock. We can act like, oh, like we being done wrong. We can act like we so surprised, but they've told us many a times, and they've harassed
told
us
us
there,
too, yeah, you're
and
right.
they've harassed us in that same spot before. So it's like, so now common sense says, don't hang out in front of there. There's a whole
don't
bunch
know-
of, you know where you're supposed to hang out at?
Where?
In front of in your living room.
Yeah,
That's where you're
some
supposed to
crazy
be.
Shit, because when you live in a
Try a
neighborhood
basketball court. Try somewhere else.
like that,
This was in
on the basketball court too. But
this was in front of, but you was probably on the basketball court with a bunch of known drug dealers.
I was.
Exactly. So
I
you
was.
can't get mad.
I was.
Now,
but,
they go
but
into-
they wasn't dealing drugs
So-
at that
so-
moment. They was playing
So
basketball.
tell me something. Tell me something. Since we,
They weren't holding.
They probably would have something
Okay.
in their jacket.
so tell me something.
But they
So
was
tell me
playing
something.
basketball.
So as a you're a basketball coach.
Yeah.
So tell me, as a basketball coach, when's the last time you were in a basketball game or practice and the police came up in there, stopped it, and grabbed some of your players, put them on the ground, and said, "Okay, we checking, we doing some stuff," or did any of the stuff
In
they
a
did to
high
you?
school.
No,
never,
I didn't say how. Don't
Never.
even throw. See, you're getting too personal. Just
Never.
answer the question.
Never.
Never.
That's
You know
never
why?
happened.
You know why? Because you don't have drug dealers and gang members running rampant over there with
Right.
back in our day, pagers on their hip, guns on the
doubt.
side of the line.
No doubt.
And it's totally different. So if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, I say it again, hanging around who you're supposed to be hanging around with, bruh, these things don't happen. And if they do, then it's a tragedy.
Well, okay. So I understand what you just said. So here's me with people who sell drugs, but at the moment they are not selling drugs.
You can't
Right?
do that. That's
Wait a
what I'm
minute,
trying to tell you. You
hold
can't
on,
do
hold on.
that.
They're not selling drugs. This is their chance to say, okay, maybe I do want to quit selling drugs. I'm not doing it at the moment. And you come for the only leisure I have where I'm not stressing over trying to get $1.
That's-
not trying to put food on my mom's table because she can't work because she got X amount of kids and it's not their fault to get X amount of
Ain't
kids.
nothing
or
wrong with
whatever
drug
it is.
dealer having
right?
extracurricular
That's what I'm saying.
activities.
And you gonna come
There's the
fuck
comic
with 'em.
relief in it.
You
Uh,
gonna come fuck with them.
But no,
Damn, bro, I can't do shit.
Kev. And that's what I'm trying to explain to
Not
you.
if they're known.
That's what I'm trying to explain to you. To us, it makes sense. But what I'm saying in the broad outlook of everything, if you look at
Perspective, yeah.
everything, you can't. It doesn't work like that.
No,
You
it
can't
doesn't.
say you can't be a drug dealer, and then say, you know what? Today's the day that I'm not going to drug deal no more. I'm going to change my life around and get arrested that day and say, you know what? Wait. I'm not selling drugs no more. That was last week. I don't do that no more. It
Although-
don't work like that,
All the
bruh.
while you got a bag in your pocket.
It don't work
talking
like
about
that.
if you don't
But
got a
even if you
bag.
don't have a bag in your pocket, if they've been investigating you, watching you for years, and you're still
You're still a criminal.
liable
Yeah, you're still liable
for
for
what
you done in
you
the past.
did.
Yeah,
Right.
For
no
what
doubt.
you did. You cannot all of a sudden just hold up and say, you know what? I'm changed. I'm not that person.
You hope you can.
Now, you have to make that change sometime in your life and everything.
Yeah.
Everything that you do, you have to make a change like that. But you still cannot, even in making a change, and anybody will tell you that even when you're making a change, you're still responsible for the stuff that you did in the past.
Yeah. Oh,
You
it
would like,
always comes back
you would
around.
like, you would like for that stuff to just disappear and everything.
Shit doesn't.
R. Kelly would be the first to tell you he would like for shit to
Shit,
disappear.
we don't need R. Kelly. Shit,
But
everybody.
I'm just using him as an example. But what I'm saying is that you're responsible for what you do. So what I'm saying is like it's like so those drug dealers are we using drug dealers as examples, but those people who do those things and then change their life around and get arrested, that's you know what? As fucked up as it is, I can't have no. You know what? I have a little sympathy for them because I see that they were trying to be right, but at the same time, you've been doing it. That shit was gonna come back and get you, and it finally has.
It's high risk.
You know, it's fucked up as it is. It's something that's something that's really not the same. But just to use an example, as an example, it's the same to me as when. And this is a sad thing, so it's not deserved. But like we had a person at the post office that it was years ago. That fucking it wasn't it wasn't it was one of the Sacramento post offices that worked 50 years or something for the post office, and that motherfucker retired. I think they said it was on the news. He retired. He worked all them fucking years to die the next day.
Damn.
And it's like what I'm
He didn't even enjoy his.
yeah. What I'm saying is you never know when your time is up.
Yeah.
So you have to live life. What I'm saying, the reason I brought that up because when I'm watching the news story,
Makes sense. What you
I'm
saying.
watching the news story and I'm thinking to myself, damn, that fucker could have, because they said it, he could have, I don't mean to say fucker, but that guy, he could have retired way earlier, but he worked and worked and worked, trying to get a little extra, trying to do this and do that, just to retire and then die the next day. And that's what I'm saying with the thing. You live your life knowing that you could your time will come anytime. And so if you decide to be a drug dealer, it's the same thing to me. While you dealing the drugs and you living that life, doing whatever it is you have to do, know that any day, it don't matter when you stop. Any day you might have to be accountable for what you did.
Yeah. Oh, that's no doubt. That's just something you can't escape your past.
Next topic.
You can't escape your past. For sure.
What was the next topic? God damn it.
I don't know what even got us on to that topic.
I don't know.
Quick-
Y'all just ran into being pulled over.
No, that wasn't what.
That was
By 21 Savage.
Don't ever say 21 Savage to me again.
What about Post Malone?
21.
I ain't got nothing against Post Malone, but if I see that motherfucker, I'm gonna slap the shit out of him. Anyway, you know what? This is I don't know if I should go into this because we've been talking long about. We went way long on the 21 Savage shit, but yeah.
Do it, dog.
That question of the day or something?
No, it wasn't a
Immigration's some
question
serious-
of the day,
serious
but
shit, though.
I'm gonna save that one.
You sure?
Yeah, we're just gonna real quick. I'm actually all about. We know. We heard about. I feel so fruity saying Little Bow Wow, but Little Bow Wow. What is his real name? Do we know?
I do not know his real name. It's funny.
Shad Moss.
Okay, I'd rather
Yeah,
say
Shad Moss.
Shad Moss because Little
Shad?
Bow Wow sounds just.
Is that how you say
It's
it?
Shad, yeah.
Shad Moss.
So I guess he was he didn't get. We gonna say he got beat up by his girl, but he really didn't get. I mean, we don't know the true story yet, but with what I'm hearing is that maybe that the girl was going off on him, and he was just basically keeping her off of him, and while doing that, got hit and scratched and everything else. And so when they showed the pictures, they had the mug shots of both of them. I guess he looked pretty beat up, but it was basically him keeping her off of him.
Yeah.
which brings me to the question. Well, I don't want to go into the Bow Wow stuff, but even this goes back into our childhood. Have you ever been in a fight with a girl? Kev.
You know, I
You know,
searched,
we-
I searched
you
my
know,
history,
you know.
and I can't remember it. Not like that.
You never been in a fight with a girl?
I mean, I've did what he's done. Like they swinging and I try to make sure they didn't hit me or scratch me.
So you never like went
No, I never
Just-
fought her. Never fought one.
Tone?
No, no. That's just an easy one though. I mean, elementary world, you know,
That's what I'm saying.
you get pushed by a girl only because she like you.
You socked
but
her?
but you don't like her.
You socked her?
Nah, I ain't hit her.
So have you ever gotten in a fight with a girl?
No. She
So
wanted
your
to get in
answer
a
is
fight
no.
with me. Yeah, I told you no. I
No.
said no. That was easy. It was no. But you
Fuck
do
that,
come
fuck that,
across
fuck
the
that.
you do
Eat.
come across a motherfucker that push you, but you can't. You don't. What are you supposed to do?
So, Kev, you're no?
Not that I can remember.
See, he's saying he can't remember.
I don't remember being in a
He
fight.
always leaves that. He answers every question.
I
like
don't
that.
remember
So,
being in a fight with a girl like physics. Tony going back to the 3rd grade. Shit,
I said in childhood.
that. I know.
I said
I'm
in childhood.
I'm thinking
I said,
about
have
that.
you ever been in a fight with a girl?
Yeah, if I see you, Yvonne, it's on
I can't recall that, bro. No, my answer's still no.
pushing me. Push
You
me on the
eat.
concrete.
Well, I want to know. You must have knocked one out or some shit. Go on, tell it.
Ooh.
Nah. So
This is gonna be recorded.
man, I'm trying to think. I know one for sure.
Damn.
I'm trying to think if there's any more. I have had. The reason why I'm trying to think if there's any more because I've had girls. I'm about to say women. But I'm thinking back when I was younger. Girls. I've had a lot of girls like swell up on me, like that actually want to go blow for blow, like trying to fight me, like they a nigga, like they ready to go. And I'm trying to think if anything ever turned into something. But I do have one in junior high school, back when I was in Oklahoma. I had this girl, and mind you, I was being the asshole. I was, I guess, the bully. I was teasing her, and I forgot what I was teasing her about. I was teasing her. And I wouldn't let up. And I remember it was one of them times where I had the whole class laughing. Everybody was on my side. Everybody was just laughing. And once I get the crowd laughing, I just couldn't stop. I just kept going. And I feel bad because she was a big girl. She was a real big girl. And the reason I throw the big girl in there, because she was like big, like tall and big. And it's very important that you remember that part. So I was going, and I guess she had enough. And she figured, and I don't blame her. Now, as an adult thinking back to it, I don't blame her. She, she had enough. So she got up and came at me. I don't know if she pushed me, swung at me, or whatever. She did. She was ready to fight. So she didn't come at me like let's go. She came at me swinging, and I remember. I don't know what did I do? I don't remember exactly what I did, but I know I hit her, and it was a pretty good hit. Like she missed, and I moved out the way, and bop! I hit her good, and I think in the face. This is like in I want to say 8th or 9th grade. I'm not proud of it. So my immature ass at that time, she started crying. And I remember thinking to myself, I'm not thinking it's a girl. I'm thinking that I charge this girl up, meaning, that we call it charging here, but I guess everywhere they call it jonesing or whatever they call it. What else? I don't know what they call it.
Claimed it dozens.
Yeah, I won with that. And then she got mad and she came at me, and I
You said I
socked her.
won with that.
I won with that. Then she came at me trying to fight. Because in the guys' world, think about it. In the men's world,
Yep.
you charging on somebody and they get mad enough to want to fight you,
Yep.
and you lay them out with that, bop. You like, you won. That's 2 wins. Like, nigga, I charged you up. and I socked you.
And I stole on your ass.
Yeah, after and I stole on your ass after you try to come. So I'm thinking like that. And I remember everything changed because she started crying and she went on there. I remember a couple other girls took her out the room and I'm thinking everybody's about to be, damn, nigga, you know, you da 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 da. And they came at me like, damn, nigga, you know her two brothers? The motherfuckers, and I remember because she had two brothers who was probably like I said, we in the 8th grade, and they were probably like maybe 17, 18, didn't go to school, and they used to sit on their porch when we walked home, and they used to say all kinds of shit. They call us niggas and everything. It's white boys, and they dared you to do because they was crazy looking white boys. And we used to walk past them like they were like, you know, we don't want no funk with them niggas, whatever. And I remember all of a sudden like getting scared like a motherfucker. Bruh, all I could think about. She
Better
gonna
get from around here.
she gonna tell her brothers that her brothers gonna be at that school after school to whoop my ass.
Damn.
Nigga, I went to go find her. Wherever they took her to, I was trying to find her.
You apologize.
Are you okay? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hit you. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. And it was over. You know what? There was nothing I could say where she was gonna be like, you know, it's cool. She looked at me like, fuck you. And I remember that bell rung for the end of school that day.
You was gone, huh?
You
Flash.
didn't try to get with her. He
Nigga,
like,
I
you know,
was
you know, I
flash.
really like you. I just, you know.
Man, please.
He can't
I would-
get with her.
you know what?
Brothers
I
calling him the
remember-
N-word.
I remember her name, bruh. And I ain't gonna say it just because because I'm still a little scared. But she's around there, so I don't know what she is in
Yeah,
life.
boy.
But I remember that bell rang that day, boy. I was flash. I ran through that streets. I ran through them streets to get home. That
Yeah.
I must have made it home. If that was a 30-minute walk, I made it home in 10 minutes that day.
Damn.
No joke. I was flying. And I remember coming back to school the next day, peeking around corners, looking for and you know what? She a champ. I gotta give it to her. Cause I don't think she never told her brothers.
She never told her brothers.
I don't think she did, man.
She probably would have been probably embarrassed.
But
So let's be
yeah,
careful.
but I would
Never
never.
put hands on a woman.
But no,
No, I didn't say that.
I wouldn't.
See,
You know what? I
I didn't
wouldn't.
say that. I said I never got in a fight with
She
a
said.
woman.
He said Eric.
Oh, Eric.
He said
I
Eric.
protect myself. I ain't never had to sock nothing though. I damn sure.
I will say, you know what? I will say that soon after that, I mean, I don't think that I ever put hands on a woman since then.
You gotta put your hands up when they swinging though, dog. They fuck your ass up.
I mean, you know what? My wife's, you know, swung at me and shit like that, and I just grab her and
Yeah. Oh,
hold her down and stuff and laugh.
Spin her around and hold her.
And laugh
Yeah,
and shit and
yeah.
stuff. And
What you doing?
Quit
you know,
playing.
yeah, that's a little different. But I will say that my whole attitude changed. Even though I would never beat no women before that, besides that one. But my whole attitude changed with my kids
Uh-oh.
because I have 3 daughters.
This ain't the same, but yeah, I whoop plenty of women ass. Now I think about it.
What are you talking about spanking girls, man?
No, I'm not talking about that.
I don't
I'm talking about
respect
taekwondo class. I used to beat the shit out of them girls.
Oh, that's true too.
That's
I
fucked
forgot
up.
all about them.
Why you going up against women?
Because you got to train them all. You got to teach them all. When you're instructor,
That's
you
true.
got to teach
You
them.
fight.
And so
Man,
they
there's
can't
no-
take a couple kicks to the head a few times.
There's no gender equality in there.
Yeah, I didn't
You
think
gotta
about
go
that.
You didn't
shit.
feel funny about that?
Hell no, they was bad. Them brothers knock your ass out. They was bad.
It wasn't about them knocking you out, just fighting the girl though. Period.
When you teach,
Because when you get
yeah.
a blow, like you just said I was whooping their ass. You
Yeah.
said that.
yeah, I was.
So you don't feel funny about whooping their ass?
Our instructor was a mean motherfucker, man.
He's trying to
He
get his
used
belt.
No. I mean, see, he would want them tough. So he would no.
Okay,
let him on her,
okay.
you know.
He don't. Once again, that nigga would not answer the question.
I didn't feel bad about whooping their ass. No, not when I was in.
That's what I'm asking
I
you.
don't
You
feel
didn't feel
bad.
bad about it. This nigga,
Whooping their
our
ass.
instructor. I didn't ask what the
He
instructor
would-
felt.
Man, hey, if you didn't do what he said, you be the next one getting ass whooping.
How you don't have no
Wait a minute.
control over that?
You try not to kick him as hard.
No.
Yeah.
You don't have no control over whether you get the ass whooping or not.
Oh no, he just call. He'll call fight. He'll
No,
call.
but, okay, I don't
we
want to
call it
go
one
out
for
there.
one. We call
I don't
it
want to
one
go.
for one. He would say 1 for 1.
Okay, I'm not going out there.
And one for one means you have to line up across the next motherfucker, right, Tom?
Right.
And then the ring it go for 3 minutes, and then you rotate. So he makes sure all the motherfuckers who was better than you would be rotated on that side. You motherfuckers line up on that side. You motherfuckers right here, you stay.
Say you didn't want to fight.
Nigga, it wasn't like that. You don't get a chance not to fight. You had to
What you
fight.
mean you don't get a chance not to
You
fight?
can't. I gotta go to class now.
You can't walk out?
You know what happened on Fight Saturday? You be bulling the ring. You be that motherfucker with 2-on-1, 3-on-1, 4-on-1. You be the first one.
Shit, his instructor was Van Dam. Fuck that.
No, he was
Lil
instructed
Seymour.
from Karate Kid, the other dude
Lil Seymour.
from the dojo.
That motherfucker wasn't no joke. So
Oh,
yeah, I forgot about
Take
that
his
shit.
knee,
Yeah.
take his leg
Yeah,
out.
So I guess I did.
Sweep.
Yeah, sweep the leg. Sweep the leg.
Sweep the
leg.
leg.
I can,
Shit.
but I can beat him. No mercy.
And the motherfucking
No
little
mercy.
3-ounce
mercy.
gloves you have on, that shit don't stop shit.
No, that's true though. But that's true. You gotta go against male, female, and
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, I forgot about that shit. So yeah, Eric, I have a chance for
Motherfucker
the
That
roundhouse.
don't count.
Somebody
Man, that
roundhouse
don't
a
even
girl.
count. That nigga brought that shit up. That don't even count.
Hey,
How the
shit.
fuck you
It does when
roundhouse?
them motherfuckers is mad.
Roundhouse.
When they mad because you don't kick them in the mouth or something, they be like, what the fuck? Motherfucker, you losing control. Them motherfuckers come at you crazy.
Shit.
But yeah, no, I never had no experience like you had, though.
I'm the only nigga that beat up on girls.
Mm-hmm.
You was little, dog.
That's crazy. I know I can't be the only. All three of us, I can't be the only one that beat up on girls.
Shit, I seen some girls whoop some dude's ass before. Plenty of times. Like,
I ain't never. You know what?
you never
I've
seen
seen
those-
it on
them-
Instagram.
Those boy men.
I've
women-
never seen. I've never seen. I don't think I've ever personally seen. Maybe I don't think I've ever seen a girl actually beat up. I've seen a girl have a pretty good go at it until she get clocked.
Yeah.
Yeah, she can't take it.
Yeah, and then it's like it's a whole different. But I've never seen a girl just whoop a guy's ass.
I remember there was.
I've seen. I'm sorry,
Go ahead.
but I've seen plenty of guys do what we were talking about though. Like
Right.
they really got their ass whooped, but the only reason they got their ass whooped because they not fighting her.
Yeah.
They won't fight her.
Right.
But when a guy is actually fighting a girl,
Damn.
I've never seen a girl win.
I've seen some old
What
old
Tone
pimp
was
type
gonna say?
dudes, old pimp type dudes sock their girl. That's fucked up.
No, I've seen a girl.
That's fucked
I
up.
seen a girl whoop this dude's ass.
Tone,
What?
Tone. He said he saw an old pimp dude slap a
Old
girl.
pimp type-
And
No,
I was
he
about to
socked
say,
her. He
I know
didn't
you want to
fuck
get your story out, but I was about to say, me and Tone watched that shit for a
Man.
good. Tone, how many?
Man,
That's crazy, man. That's
we
crazy.
sat in that car, and
Me
the,
and Tone.
and the car pointed out to the curb in the street, right?
Yeah.
And we just came out of the local
So
club.
Tone, let me interview Tone real quick.
Oh shit!
Let me interview Tone real quick.
Go ahead. Here you go.
Oh shit!
Cause I don't, my mind is a little, I don't remember everything good.
Oh, I do.
And Tone remembers a lot of shit. So Tone, first of all, how do we end up at this club? Cause this is one of them, this is one of watch out there now clubs.
Oh, for the grown and sexy.
How do we end up there?
I don't.
That nigga said, watch out there. So-
Cause I remember, like my wife was there, and she left.
Yeah, I think we might have met some people there because there was something going on there for some reason.
Now this club's got
Ooh,
like
wee.
got niggas in there with like silk suits, right?
Oh no!
But when I say a silk suit, I mean like a red silk suit.
all
Now,
red.
When I say a red silk suit, I mean that motherfucker red from head to toe. This
Shiny
old school.
shit.
No.
Mm-mm.
So this nigga will have a red hat on, red derby,
Yep.
red a red silk top flowing,
Mm-hmm.
red silk pants.
Oh no, he
Red-
had shorts.
Oh,
Didn't
was it sock?
He had
Red
shorts.
silk socks with red gaiters. I mean, when I say they red all the way down.
and it was summer too.
They was bloods. But
Yeah.
anyway,
So, and this is the club where you go and get like red snapper,
Hey, don't get me wrong.
Man,
The food was
This
popping.
shit was good as hell,
Food was
boy.
popping.
This is
It'd be
hood
packed.
club.
It'd be packed.
All right, man. Get to the drama.
So anyway, so somehow
It wasn't no
me-
drama. It was
no
fun.
drama.
It was just funny.
Me and Tone was sitting up in there, and I don't know how like I said, I don't know how we ended up there, but we must have met somebody. So Tone,
Okay, so me and Eric, we get in the car, right?
well, how do we get no? We must have decided that.
It's time to go.
I don't know what it was, but we decided we were gonna go outside.
95.
We was gonna go outside. I don't think we had really decided truthfully that we were gonna leave yet, but we were thinking about it,
Yeah.
and we went outside.
Because
Yeah,
I know for sure we was looking around to see if we was any classmates in that motherfucker.
Yeah,
or the
I'm
people
sure
that
there was.
graduated 3 years before us.
So when we get outside, I think I'm not for sure, but I think that what makes us start paying attention is there's girls outside, and you know me, I'm like, I'm not aware of everything else. All I know is, that old girl just looked at me like she want to get it. The old girl looking at me, well, girl looking at me like they got like I know
Wait.
I'm the man.
Hold on. Let me hold on. But so we first get in there, right? Because I think we left. I was dancing with Big Mama a little too long in there because I know I was dancing. I was dancing. You know, I don't fuck around, right? So we left, right? Go outside, right? So we get in the car, and my car was positioned perfectly, just out in the street, just looking
Real
at
quick, you
was
getting
perfect.
right there. You
Wait,
can tell
look at
spot.
that thing. But all of a sudden, right? We start seeing.
But before
The
we,
street-
but
the
on our way
street-
to the car though, on the way to the car, we kind of noticed
Yeah, there was a lot of
that
girls out.
and we noticed that they smiling a lot at us.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling good. We already feeling good. We drinking, we dancing. You know, we
Right.
walk outside. I'm like already feeling good. We walk into the car,
Bad.
and I'm like, damn,
Yeah.
we really got it going
Yeah,
on.
so it's
Everybody
like-
know that we ain't like these old players. We the real
Yeah,
shit.
we a little younger. So we get in the car, and all of a sudden we're like,
We looking out the
what
window.
the fuck? And then we're like, and then we're like, oh, she bad right there. But she's not going inside.
She walking up and down.
Right. So now we're like this, and me and Eric look at each other like, oh
Yeah,
shit,
hits us.
Oh, damn.
them hoes. Them hoes. I said, shut the fuck up.
And then once we say that they hoes,
Right.
then
Instantly.
your vision broadens,
Yeah.
and we see all the pimps, and all the pimps. It's funny because they're walking on the street the hoes are walking on the street, and all the pimps are in the parking lots, like
Yeah.
walking like the same way, but in the parking lot. So they on the street, and the girls don't want to stay on the street for long because the police will say that they out there, right? So they keep trying to come back towards the parking lot, and every time they step towards the parking lot, the pimps was right there, like, get your ass back out there,
Right.
and we just laugh. So we get out the car now.
Yeah, now we're observing.
We gonna sit on the hood of the car.
Yeah.
We sitting out there on the hood of the car, just watching.
Just watching.
And we watching these pimps get on these hoes, man. Get your ass back out there. Get your. We laughing.
And yeah, so me and Eric, we talking about it. We like, oh damn, she bad right there. She bad. I was like, I would never
Yeah.
thought. I thought they were like tweaked out,
Yeah.
skinny ass broads, right?
Yeah.
But that was chick was. I mean,
Yeah, they
bad.
look normal. These girls look normal.
Yeah,
they was
like
like
they
they
would-
weren't like on. I mean, they probably were,
Yeah.
but they didn't look like they was all
But
smoked
they
out.
look bad, right? So now there's some young cats walking around, right? You know, jeans and some tees, right?
And we laughing. We
And
laughing.
and we are laughing our
and
asses
remember-
off. I'm like, oh shit.
remember we laughing and stuff, but you remember it's still California and shit.
Right.
So you gotta watch.
Yeah.
I'm not sure you gotta do it in other places too, but you kind of gotta watch who you.
Laughing at them. niggas
Yeah,
getting
laughing. But
offended.
but at that point though, they also we laughing at them. But at the same time, they looking at us like they don't know who the fuck we are, and they,
Yeah.
we cats too.
We could be undercover.
Yeah, and not to mention undercover, we could just be straight thugs for all they
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So they don't want to. We at this
Eric got
club.
the hammer.
So so they look over at us,
Right.
and we look
yeah.
over at the dudes, and we laughing. And the
Yeah.
dude looked at us because mind you, people can't see me, but they faces like this. Get your ass out there. Get your, and we laughing. They look over at us. They look over at us like this. And they go.
Start
They go.
smiling. Yeah.
And they give us that wink, that smile and that wink. And then me and Tone really, we just fall out there.
we just-
like,
yeah,
oh,
we-
this is the greatest. Nigga.
It's a wrap because you know why? Because we're like, and me and him are trying to figure out who these cats.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
at first I didn't know who they were.
Yeah,
Like,
we're
who the fuck
thinking,
is this
oh,
dude?
he's a pimp. But then we're also thinking
and they
it
all,
must be his assistant
Yeah.
because
because there's a bunch of them.
yeah, because there's a bunch of them, right? And they're young, and we're just thinking, oh, that must be an assistant to the pimp
Yeah,
or
'cause
something
we-
like that.
In our mind, I'm thinking Jerome Rome pimp.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And these cats ain't Jerome Rome. These cats
Yeah.
is, just some niggas that we see everywhere.
Yeah, because mind you, that's the type of street that I try not to drive on all the time. But that
What
for
was it?
some-
Was it Stockton
It was
Boulevard?
Stockton Boulevard.
Yeah.
So for some apparent reason that night we was right there, and then it was like you was at the
Yeah,
aquarium.
that was fun.
You was like the aquarium, but these cats,
That was
these
fun.
cats were like rounding them up and shit. They were like
Damn.
Me and
he was smacking right. He said, "What did he say? Hey,
like,
don't
get
run.
your ass. No,
Yeah.
don't run from it.
Walk
Don't
to it
do
or some shit.
Don't run from it.
walk to
Walk
it."
to it.
That
We was-
when he
man,
yelled that
we
shit
were
out,
rolling.
we were done. I said, "Oh my god,
that was wrong of us though.
yeah."
Can't get away with that shit.
You
now.
know what though? But that's the thing. It was
Don't
like it
don't
was-
run from it. Walk to it.
I've been around a lot of that stuff, but that night, that shit was hilarious.
It's
to me.
funny because it makes you realize. It makes you realize a lot of times, a lot of places that we be, especially, traveling and shit. It's around us, and we don't realize it.
Yeah, we really
We
don't
walking.
trip on it.
I mean, think about it. Even sometimes, like me and you, Kev,
Yeah.
when we downtown eating and shit like that, we walk through probably so much shit that we don't know we walking through,
Yeah.
and cause we ain't paying attention to it.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's the same way me and Tone was at night. We wasn't paying attention to none of that shit. The only reason why we started paying attention because we drinking,
Right.
and we just when me and Tone start drinking, we just think we the flyest niggas in the world. So everybody got to be paying attention to us. So when we see girls, so look, of course they checking us out because we the flyest niggas in this motherfucker.
Yeah, because
Hey.
girls walking by and they just eyeballing you and be like, and you're thinking,
We're like, it can't be.
Oh,
It's got to be
shit.
us
Oh.
because it can't be that nigga in the all red suit.
can't be somebody's grandma and there or grandpa. Shit.
It's got to be us.
Nah, it was because
So-
she was straight eyeball.
Yeah.
They were walking by and just smiling. And I was like, what?
That's funny.
Okay.
Alright, so I got a
Man.
question to end this up on,
Let's go ahead. Let's go.
and it ain't nothing big, but I just wanted to know. It's a question that I truly want to know the answer to,
Alright.
and it probably kind of relates to what we was talking. It was something we was talking about earlier when we talking about what we talking about earlier when we said the oldness, the age thing, and we was talking about it comes with being old, and Kevin was saying. Kevin was one. Oh, it was farting. We were talking
yeah,
about
me and you,
farting.
man. It was
That
me
was
and
you and
you.
Tony, man.
And you was talking about when you get older. When you get
Yeah,
older, it's
the
just
filter.
it's just sometimes I guess your muscles ain't as strong. They can't hold that. They can't make it go. They can't make that. And I'm serious about this real quick because it just don't happen no more, and I want to know why it doesn't happen anymore. When we were in school, since we talked about a lot about school today, when you were in school, there was times when you could be sitting in class and it could be algebra class and y'all ain't talking about nothing but numbers, equations. How you say that?
I don't know. I hate math.
Yeah,
Equations, you
Yeah,
said it right.
equations and everything. The farthest thing from anything sexual,
I knew you was going there.
and all of a sudden you feel a little something, and your shit like bow.
Oh, Woody in class?
A Woody in class. And now, hang on. You would get a Woody, and it wasn't like it's going away. That bad boy was there,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and it was nothing you could do. You
Except sit there.
yeah, sit there and wait that motherfucker out, and it seemed like it would take forever.
Bill, I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna read.
Now I might be on this island by myself,
Not that one.
but no. What I'm about to say now, I can't remember the last time that's happened to me, where I'm sitting somewhere and I get a Woody for absolutely nothing,
No apparent reason.
and I want to know.
No apparent reason.
for no reason.
For no reason.
When's the last time you got a Woody for no reason?
shit.
Right
for
now,
no
you gotta
reason.
have a reason now.
Yeah, I need a reason.
Man, my shit ain't.
That's the.
No,
that's
I'm getting a little too personal.
I know.
But that
you
shit
might
just
be,
ain't
but that's the
happening.
truth. That shit
It just don't
not-
happen.
Not on just chilling, just like sitting there. A movie
Uh-uh.
or something
Man,
gotta happen.
we could be as teenagers, as young preteens, we could be sitting here right now and be like, "Pop," like I could be like,
just mentioning it.
yeah.
Because
And
blood rushing.
It's crazy because I remember that shit. I remember sitting in class and your shit getting so hard that it come out the top of your pants.
Oh yeah.
Sitting up against your
That's-
stomach.
And dude, that's especially at that time.
Yeah.
You want, man.
Motherfucking Eric
That
Fool.
dude, it kind of hurt your stomach.
Hey,
Yeah, you
he
gotta-
ain't lying though. He ain't lying
Yeah.
about it. It's funny that he
He was
said it.
uncomfortable.
But what I'm saying, the reason why I say it because I can't remember. Only time I can remember, Kev, is when I'm telling you is high school. I'm
Yeah,
trying to
that
think.
might be
I'm
it.
trying to think of
I
now.
don't remember that shit either.
This shit just
eighth
don't
grade.
happen now.
But I remember in high school, the motherfucker said the next 4 problems gonna be hard.
Pause.
That ain't no problem. Motherfucker,
Pause.
Oh shit! Father.
that is not a problem, motherfucker.
Hey, you motherfuckers.
That motherfucker said the next problem.
School, you be fucked up. You like, what the fuck happened?
But I remember, but
Yeah,
for
that-
real.
that shit,
And
I
now
remember
the
that
shit,
shit.
like anytime now, you can see me. You can see. I don't care when you see me. You can say, Eric, stand up. I can say, boom. I'm just like
Hey,
this.
how you doing?
Yeah, what's
No
up?
problem. No problem.
With
I'll
some-
stand
with
up in
some
a
gray
minute.
sweats.
No problem.
Not a problem.
Not shit. Not when I was younger.
Ah,
Hey,
baby.
can I go
You
to
might
the
say
bathroom?
stand up, and I might be like, for what?
Jacket.
I'll be like, for what?
Nah, right now?
Hey, nigga.
Right now.
Hey, a Negro Kappa jacket. Kappa motherfucker.
Think about it. Think about it.
Like that.
We talking about it right now.
Right.
And if this would have been younger,
No, oh, Harry,
just
what you
talking
doing?
about it.
Oh, yeah, when you
it'd
talking
been-
about-
Yeah, it'd been 3 boners in this.
Oh, dude. All you had to do is talk about how, you see her name? What's her name?
Boing.
Yeah.
Boing.
You be like, oh, you see, what's her name with the skirt? Dude,
shit.
you had me at what's her name?
Bad.
telling you.
bad.
I'm
Boing.
Yeah, you're like,
That's some
whatever.
funny shit.
But that's the thing. You got too much, it's too much imagination
So,
running around your head.
So
And
that's
there's
the
too
answer.
many girls in your class and
Yeah.
you're going through that shit.
you think that stands?
I think that's what it is, regardless.
So you don't-
because it could be a girl and all they see is the back of her head.
But the thing about it
Your
is,
mind
okay,
start
but even
imagining.
now,
We see bad
you
ones
could
now.
you can see bad ones now, and you can look at it and say, "Ooh, shit!"
She bad. That's all
And
I'm
yes, yes,
Yeah.
it ain't
Nah,
like nothing
it ain't
happens
that.
down there.
Nah.
It don't happen until you
Shit.
ready for it to happen.
We was at the game. There's hella bad ones running around at the game. Not once
we
did
went
I
to the
think
we
like-
went to the 76ers game this
Not
week,
once did I
Saturday.
think like that. It was
Yeah, but
like,
that's what I'm
it
saying.
didn't happen. It's like,
I didn't see no bad looking girl.
But at the same time, it's-
it's only one girl in my life. That's
Here we go,
that's
here
my
we go.
wife.
PC.
I
mean,
don't
but-
think like that.
I
that's
didn't,
the
I
thing
didn't
is,
see
like-
I didn't see no bad looking girl. What girls you see, Kev? Go ahead, tell us about them.
Yeah. Go ahead, Ken. What you see?
Go ahead, Kev. Tell us all about them bad girls you
Chili's
seen.
was nice in the motherfucking.
Man, them
Chili's was-
lousy ass chili. It was funny. Me and Kev was up in there. I said, Kev, these are horrible. These are horrible ass cheerleaders.
Chili's was banging.
Oh, they horrible.
2468.
Kev said they ain't that bad. Kev said they ain't that bad. And then after everything was over, they kind of ain't that great.
You see him close up?
They horrible.
They was running up and down the stairs.
I mean, I ain't gonna say they were ugly. They good looking chicks, I guess.
Well,
But
they
I mean,
gotta be,
women.
don't they?
But they
They
horrible as
keep their bodies in
cheerleaders.
shape. They was looking good.
They horrible
Well, they
cheerleaders.
better.
Huh?
They better.
Hmm.
They got a
Do what?
image.
Yeah,
They got an
their
image.
body.
They got to hold it.
Yeah, they,
I prefer them to be a little bigger.
You know they got men cheerleaders too now.
oh, that's some
The
crazy
Super Bowl
shit.
had 2 of them.
That's some crazy shit.
Shit, do what
Tony?
you gotta do.
Tony,
Shit, don't let me.
speak on it, Tony. I know you like male cheerleaders.
I like them.
Let's
Shit.
end the show with that. Tone Sunshine loves male cheerleaders.
I ain't say I love them.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I ain't say I love them though.
I'm just saying there's nothing wrong
You
with
putting
that.
words in my mouth.
So what do you feel? How do you feel about male cheerleaders?
They can flip,
Flip what?
flip their bodies.
Yeah, flip these nuts.
They get a nice view.
No, I'm talking about them chilies. They
Oh,
not
not them?
those. No, they not them
Nah,
big
I don't
buff
like
guys holding them up. These was feminine.
Yeah.
They soft.
Nah,
I mean, they light.
they like.
Anyway, okay.
You're the one that did it.
Oh, we done.
All comments are to Eric. Don't be stupid, podcast.
I didn't say nothing controversial tonight.
You
I didn't
said
say
they were
that.
light.
They light. They a little light in the loafers, bro.
Oh my god.
What but we all know they fruity. They was fruity when they. That's not.
I ain't got nothing to say.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Let's go.
Hey, edit that part, please. That's the end of the podcast.
Oh
That's
yeah.
the
So
end.
that's it. Are we gonna like tell these folks to
Man,
hit us up, comment,
yeah, I hate to.
press like,
Yeah, you got to push like.
subscribe.
You got to push like and subscribe, and we we're getting to a point now where we were going to start the Instagram over, but I'm noticing that our followers are getting to a point where it took us this long to get this many. So before I was feeling like starting over because it's not that many, but now I'm starting to feel like maybe we just need to figure out how to make the Instagram better and keep the one we got. And so we appreciate everybody, but we still need them likes, we still need them follows. Tell some friends. As the last podcast title said, it is a work in progress. We working on it. There's gonna be sometimes when we got topics that's just ready to go. There's gonna be slow weeks, but we'll make something happen. We'll figure out something.
Yeah.
Tony's black this year, so it'll be great. It's gonna be
Right.
it's gonna be a whole different year.
And then for all my Cape Verdeans that are here
here
illegally,
you go.
get your paperwork.
Get your paperwork.
Get your paperwork.
Yeah.
We'll send you
It's-
right
Cause
back
y'all
to
only
the
had
island.
I mean,
keep
in
a
the
job.
Olympics, y'all had like 5 niggas come out.
Keep a job.
They didn't win shit.
There was 5 of them though,
We had one guy on the track team.
and an
all right.
archer.
That's all right.
Hey, I'm sorry, we don't go into nothing else. Did y'all see the new Robin Hood?
No.
That-
Yes.
With Jamie Foxx
Yeah, I
and them
did. Yes, I
cats?
did. Yes, I did.
Jamie
Yeah.
Foxx and Robin Hood.
I think he lost his hand in it.
Yeah, you got
Did you? I didn't see the whole thing. Was it good, Kev?
Shit, Eric, I think I
I fell
ended up-
asleep.
Yeah, I saw the whole thing. Yes, I did.
Was it any good?
It's all right.
Okay.
It could be better.
We'll leave it at that because I want to go back and check that out. And The Walking Dead's coming back this week.
The Punisher. I'm watching that shit.
Yeah.
Tony, you watched the whole thing already, right?
Hell
Tony
yeah.
watch every fucking thing.
Yeah, I'm
watch
watching the
That
Punisher.
nigga's a
I'm
nerd.
episode 5. I'm loving that shit.
Except for at work, he the coolest nigga to walk in the building.
Yeah,
You should see him.
yeah.
You should see him. Ever since we got this podcast, this nigga been walking into the building like he cool and shit.
Yeah, cool. That's Tone.
It's my
That
listeners.
nigga ain't cool. His listeners, he killed me with that shit. He got them too. They be
I
you
appreciate
out of here.
my
They be
listeners,
they be
though.
having. He got a fan club. They could be signing autographs and shit.
Yeah, Tone.
Getting cupcakes and shit. I see
I
this
don't
nigga
like
over there.
signing dude's chest. I don't know what. I don't know. Eric almost spit his shit out.
I bet you did. Shit.
I don't like
All
that
right,
shit.
in the podcast.
You know
Kev,
what?
Kev.
I would appreciate it more if you shave your chest and I can write better. This motherfuckers is
This nigga's stupid.
motherfuckers coming up
Nigga
to me
signing
and
chests
say,
and shit.
Right,
You gotta see this nigga with his fans though. You gotta see him. This nigga's a fan. This nigga's a superstar. That nigga's a superstar.
Shit, what we doing? We going out with a beat?
yes.
You got one? No. Don't play that one.
Oh, this nigga.
Nuh-uh.
Why?
Because I want that to be
Man,
the.
why?
I'm about to change that to the intro.
Man.
So
We ain't going out with a beat,
Nah,
then.
don't do that then.
We ain't going out with a beat.
Come on.
Tony, sing a
dude.
song for us, bro. Take us out on a song.
Come on, Tone. Here we
Oh
come.
no, I want an old Negroid spiritual.
Walking down the street.
Are you singing the Monkeys, nigga? This nigga singing the Monkeys.
What? Man, that's not spiritual. Love, exciting and new.
Come on, Tone.
Come
Hey.
Lord.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're expecting you.
Hey, wait a minute. This is Tony solo. The love. All right, y'all. End it.
All right, man.
Peace.
Appreciate everybody coming in and listening.
Love you, ma.
Yes.
still bloated.